my victory garden a month ago. As we are now in mid-September, you can plainly see that I am late in posting this video. What can I say? I've been working my tail off preserving the harvest and getting ready for winter. Here we are in my row of peppers. For today, I'll be showing you how to ferment your very own jalapeno pickles. Let's begin, shall we? Start out by making a simple brine. Measure out a quart or a liter of the purest water you can get your hands on, doing your very best to avoid chlorinated water. And while you can use regular salt, I recommend a mineral-rich Celtic sea salt. This is my favorite brand, which I will link in the show notes below. If you're using fine sea salt, measure 2 tablespoons per quart of water, or 3 tablespoons if you only have coarse salt available. Bring the water to a boil, but be aware that there will be sediment when using mineral salt. This is normal. Please be aware that there will be more brine than you need. Since jalapenos are a type of chili pepper, you will want to protect your hands from the capsaicin, which is the chemical compound that makes chilies hot. To avoid burning your hands or any part of your face if you touch it accidentally later on, wear gloves. I can't stand wearing gloves while I'm working in the kitchen though, so coating my hands in olive oil is good enough for me. This is a tip I learned from Kirsten and Christopher Shockey in their book, Fermented Vegetables. Slice the jalapenos anywhere from a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch in thickness. Slicing them on the thicker side will get the job done faster. The batch I'm currently working on is on the thin side, but they'll be just as delicious. If desired, you may seed your jalapenos. This will help cool down the heat level a bit, but since I'm quite fond of spicy food, I can't be bothered with seeding my peppers. To each their own. Once all the jalapenos are sliced, you may fill the mason jar. For a pint of pickles, you will need 1.5 to 2 cups, and for a quart-sized jar, 3 cups. There's no need to sterilize the jar as you would with canning, but do make sure the jar is good and clean. Then, if you'd like, add a couple of crushed garlic cloves for extra flavor. This is completely optional. When the brine is tepid, never add hot brine to something you want to ferment. It will kill good bacteria. Add it to the jar. At this point, I would splash in a bit of brine from a previous batch of jalapeno pickles. This simple step is mighty powerful because not only does it enhance the flavor, but it speeds up fermentation a bit. It's just something to think about when you're ready to start a second batch. Now it's time to weigh down the jalapenos. If you have them growing nearby, cover the jalapenos with a grape leaf or 2 as the tannins in the leaves will help keep them crisp. This step is optional. The weight can be a special fermentation weight like this one, but you don't need anything fancy if you're new to fermenting. Find a large stone, wash it first of course, or fill a small ziploc bag with water to keep the peppers submerged. The blue lid, by the way, is an airlock. It gives any gas that may be building up inside the jar a way to get out. This is why I recommend setting ferments on a baking sheet. If you don't have any fermentation supplies, just cover the jalapenos with a lid and open the jar every day to release any gas and to make sure the jalapenos are covered in brine. If your kitchen is on the warm side, start testing the jalapenos on the 4th day. I usually stop the fermentation and transfer these to the fridge after a week has passed, or until the jalapenos have developed that pickly tang that I love. Have you ever fermented anything before? Are you going to try these out? I hope you take the time to let me know in the comments below. Until next time.
So hot. Normally I would do this in the evening, but I want to get them harvested. I keep putting it off, and of course the lighting sucks. But I got like 3 jalapeno pepper plants, and you can barely see them.